Hello everyone, we're here at the KGC Cup 2019 Senior Men's Final. Hampstead in black against Oslo in white. I'm Henning Schmidt and with me is...
Camilla Brandrich from Norway.
From Norway.
Yeah.
That is one of the nicer parts of this world, so are you a little bit biased?
Yeah.
Okay, that's good. Bias is okay as long as you're going up to it. So Oslo lost by 1 in the first round of this particular game today. They had a little bit of a unhappy fourth quarter. How did the guys talk about that?
Oh, I didn't manage to go and get to talk to them because of our games,
Yes.
but they're really pumped for this
So
game.
here we go. 8-1 the face-off shot. Goal! 1-0 Oslo. Strongest start of the day. Number 8. Christian Kongov Jansen. And if I mispronounce it, please do fix it right away. That's the start you're after. One of the things worthwhile noting here is the face-off has been one of the strengths of Hampstead in this game throughout the tournament. In their first matchup with Oslo, they won about 60% of the ball, and that ultimately was the one goal margin that we were looking at the end of the game. So now we're having here one more face-off. Like draw control in women's lacrosse, so you kind of get the ball. It's kind of hard to win.
It's harder. It's you get the ball up in the air, so it's more difficult, I think.
Well,
I like the men's face-off better.
I think there is something to be said about either version of the control.
Yeah.
We're now looking at the first possession. We'll pick at 24 on the ball, cycling the ball to the outside. Hampstead can score individually. However, Oslo was the most athletic defense they've seen, as we've seen here. A good shift towards the guy. Coming up on the wing. And a shot. And it's a loose ball. Full intensity right away. No pulls punch. No punch is pulled. And good take, but 44 manages to pull it off. Number 3.
Number 4 there.
And 24, Will Pickett comes up with the ball, but a nifty little hockey play by 44 one more time. Player of the day so far.
44.
And here we go. That's a decision-making Oslo will need throughout the game. They need to decide when they can have the ball and when they push to go to goal. So 1-0. Hampstead hasn't seen much of the ball just yet. Everyone played with intensity. No foul call yet. 43 with some physical checks. 22 taking the step. Offloading to the wing. And that was not much.
That was a close one.
Slightly side army over the defender. Defender got a piece of it. That just about helped us. Brian Van den Bosch in goal with number 1 for Hampstead. Their go-to keeper in most of the league games. Hampstead won everything they could win in the last season. There was a swim move, neatly denied, but equally picked up the ball right away. Swim move is one of the things that you want to be good at, because if you're not good at, you get punched in the ribs, and that really, really hurts. Physical defense by Hampstead. Hampstead here to play. Friday night, they potentially stayed in the lovely Belgian bars a little bit too long. They did not do that yesterday. I had a conversation with our team manager, Dennis Tobin. He was like, we are not taking these guys serious, and we're not taking anything for granted. Oslo is too good to do anything. Here's a shot, and straight on the keeper. Looking to clear, has 2 seconds.
Nice
22 clearing. Will Hardy moving the ball, looking for a bit of transition play. Moves through. Oh, and he's lucky he doesn't get called on the ward there. That was a tight decision. That guy, 61 on the ball, cycling to the left. Drive on the ball. Good physical D. And this is where the big stick has to make sure that it's feet first and stick second. It's all nice to land a couple of checks, but you have to be in the right place. These attackers will run around you as they can. It's one of the big differences to women's lacrosse is somehow you guys are never deciding to defend behind goal. And
no.
I personally have to say, just try it every now and then, because you get a lot of scaredy eyes in front of you.
It is, but now we are on the next season. We are allowed to move inside the crease, so it's going to get more. You will see more of that.
You'll have a fair amount of change. Change in the game is the only thing that's permanent in lacrosse is change. To be honest.
Yeah.
You got the mesh sticks now.
Ooh,
you have the over and back, and Will Pickett, all-world player, on the 24 for the 1-1 score. We're about to adjust that.
If you score double click and then just change here to 0 to 1.
And ladies and gentlemen, I'm happy to announce that I have now managed to adjust the score on the screen by myself. My technical department is relieved. Normally I'm just a liability here. So here we go. Next face-off, 1-1. Playing a big game. It's for the club championship here in the European world. Can we not do that now? And 44 on the ball. 44 still carrying the ball. Brush off the helmet by 60. Gets away with it. Off the white. Giving up the first ball. Oslo had his light on for his turnover. 18 here marking down the ball. Short stick on the ball. That's always a clever choice. Putting the short stick with a better potential to not offer an obstacle to a target to the defender. There we go. Long stick, passing it to Will Pickett. There was no transition, and Hampstead likely putting on personnel now. That guy on the ball. He was in line for winning a Dwarfin Award once upon a time. It's not all that long ago, and he has played for England ever since. Definitely one of the better players at the tournament, if not in the very high percentile. Ball at the wing, initiating contact, looking to gain an individual advantage. Sound team defense. The way the ball is distributed through X is one of the strengths of Hampstead. They have now cycled the ball 360 degrees around the goal, forcing the defense to adjust completely. Driving on the right-hand side, rolls out, looks for the shot, fakes, and a big push, but the referee's call.
It was a flag down.
There is a bit of laundry on the field. And it is 44 white with a push for technical 30 seconds. Technical fouls are released by a goal if it's scored or if they occur simultaneously. Note that if you have, say, 6 simultaneous technical fouls and 1 personal, they all count. So you want to make sure.
Yeah.
You want to make sure that if there is 2 offsides, you don't abuse the referee. That might just make everyone sit in the bin. So lots of pressure on the man down defense here. Stick out front. Approaching textbook style. Watch for 42 in the crease. 42 in the crease. Can't finish at will. At the moment, he's within 3 to 4 meters. Same for quick finish. Possible shot. And turned down. Hard defense by Oslo, but that guy comes up with it. Pass. And as I said, the moment Brian Potter has the ball in that area, it will be in. There were I think 3-4 fakes in there.
Yeah, it was.
And yeah, it's let's just put it that way. That man has played for quite a while, and he has played at the highest level. I think the only thing he hasn't done is play for Canada, but south of that, pretty much everything. So 2-1, Hampstead. Face off. Slight advantage Hampstead. If they win this face-off and get a big possession, that's going to set the tone for the rest of the quarter.
There you have it.
The ball. Now here comes the pass, and this is where you would want the defense to press out. Depends on Oslo's game plan, but they looked like they had infinite legs in the last game, so I don't understand why they're not pushing out somewhere. He gave the gate away right from the beginning. 17 wasn't squared out to take topside and forced him and gave up top ground. Will Hardy on the ball, looking to dodge, not there. Slight defensive miscommunication. 16 couldn't handle it. Picks it back up again. Under pressure, cycles out. Will Hardy back on the ball. Looking to distribute. Swings to the far side. Back to Hardy. Hardy looking to dodge. Splitting left to right potentially. Here he goes. Got a step. Feet to the center. And a monster save from the goalie. Back to Hampstead. 3 quick passes. Can't quite handle it. And a big check on the hand. So there is one more stick on the field. And that was riskier than it looked. 19 was 1 step away from stealing that and breaking the hearts of everyone in Norway. But here is number 0, making it hard. 101 and a clinical finish. 3-1.
A missed pass there from you from Oslo. Yeah, he's angry with himself there.
Well, the important thing is to just bounce back. So while we have someone from Norway here, can you give us a quick summary of Norway lacrosse, ideally men's and women's lacrosse, like the Cliff Notes shortish version?
We are all Norwegian on the nationals team, and we are trying to build all Norway team. So we are studying in the college program and the
Okay, so you're all
university.
university students, and
Yes.
that's where you learn the game.
Yeah.
So how do you, how many teams are there right now?
Now it's 13 teams,
13 men's and women's?
men's and women's.
So there's normally men's and women's at the same time.
It is. But we are developing really quick, and it's a lot of enthusiasm. Oh,
Enthusiasm.
yes, thank you.
Hey, I'm German. The TH took about 2 to 3 decades to learn.
At the school, so they love to play, and they're learning it
18
really
puts some
fast.
pressure on the ball here.
Ooh.
So I coached at one camp in for the Grizzlies in
Yeah.
Kristiansund.
Yeah.
That was quite impressive. Your facilities and the athleticism and commitment. The one thing I wasn't so impressed with, I sat in the bar and I had 3 beers and they wanted me to sign a mortgage.
It's expensive. Yeah, it
Yeah, and I live
is.
in Luxembourg, so here's the shot. Good defense. Hardy looking to feed. Long pull goal, and it's time for a timeout for Oslo.
They need to figure out the defense now.
The main issue that we're facing here is that Hampstead are rotating the ball very, very fast, and that the defensive adjustment is only a margin off at every pass. But in aggregate, that leaves an opening somewhere. And the other thing is, as much as Oslo have caught Hampstead off guard in the beginning of the first game, Hampstead are aware that this team is no joke. That Oslo has every opportunity to win this, and they want to make sure that put the nails in the coffin nice and early, so that this becomes an easy game to play.
Yeah.
Will Pickett caught on defense. Slight miscommunication here, but black ball moving down. Number 3, Jack Kreidler carrying the ball. And Hampstead, if I were Hampstead right now, I would look to identify a way to sit on the ball for a nice long time, making. Can you fix that? Just fucking waspus.
Let's fix the square. Double click.
Ooh.
Just okay.
So 4-1 Hampstead. Also took a penalty. Man down. If this turns into 5-1, we're going to have a conversation about when the next timeout comes, because it should be sooner rather than later. If you're digging a hole at 5, 6, 7 goals, it'll be that much harder. But little touch, penalty expired without any problems, and the ball has been thrown away. So Oslo ball, 3-goal margin. Use that bench, I would say. You have so many numbers out there.
Yeah.
And there's not a single fat person on that bench, so you should be able to run all the time.
They can run.
Did Oslo leave any players at home? Did anyone
There
not
are some
move?
players at home. Yeah, it is.
And who's missing? Anyone who's big?
No.
No, the key guys are here, yeah?
Yes.
So, nice little play here. 6 helped in avoiding the offside, and here we go. Next step. 18 driving, shut. Brian Vandenbosch made a good body save there. 18 looking to move through, but Will Pickett once more with a crucial play. Good ground ball, making a clean pass into the open space. Number 3 carrying the ball down, looking to feed out to the outside shot.
White ball.
And it's a white ball. So this is Oslo's opportunity right now. If they get a good possession and they sit on the ball for 2 or 3 minutes, Hampstead is unhappy with how
They need to have the ball.
All you need to do is breathe right now. You just need to say, all right, whatever the score is, the score is the score. Nobody's interested in that right now. What we want to see is some time for Norway ball. So in Norwegian, how do you say, like, go Norway?
Heia Norge.
Heia Norge.
Yeah.
Okay, so I'm only learning the language. I'm not biased, by the way. But you can say Heia Norge every time they score.
I have my girls down there so they can yell it out for me.
So let's take advantage of your time here. If you wanted to follow your team on Facebook or something, what would we Google for that so we can see a bit more about Norway lacrosse? Here comes a shot. Good take.
You
No.
want to search up Norwegian lacrosse on Instagram and Facebook. Then you
is it-
have all the teams.
Is it more Instagram for you or more Facebook? That's a big discussion at the moment. For old people like me, it's more Facebook, but I realize that at pretty much 40, I'm out of the equation for many things.
I think we're really good at both.
Really good at both. What
Yeah.
makes you really good at both?
We have a film crew that
Good.
films a little bit, so we
Oh,
can
nice.
take it out on Instagram, and we also post it on Facebook.
So 18 draws, offloads, fast slides from 42, and he
Ooh.
can't quite control it. Gets the rebound. One more hard check. And 42 on the crease, and there is a flag, and another flag, and another flag. So lots of laundry going. 42 had a first piece of it. And they both go for a minute. The referees are not taking any prisoners here, and this is quarter time. There is no possession, 2 people in the bin. That means there will be a face-off, at least in my understanding. But the only thing that's permanent is change in the game of lacrosse, so quite possibly this will have changed. Expect both captains to figure out what exactly will happen here. So keys to the game. How can Oslo make this go away?
They need to get the ball up in attack and get the ball around. If they get the movement, they will have the score because they are really fit and they can run some cuts and stuff. So I would like to see the ball up in attack a little bit more.
So if I'm talking to my team right now, I try to just focus on 3 things because half the time my team only memorizes 3 things. First
Yeah.
thing I'll say is let's make sure we have the ball more than 50% of the time. Number 2, no stupid fouls.
I agree.
Because in this position here, for instance, 42 had drawn a flag. Flag was up. The trail referee, the referee looking from behind, had seen that 42 cross-checked his defender into the lower back. That was already marked. But because you had to retaliate, you turn an advantage into an even situation, and you create more havoc just by also not getting the ball. So you gave away the ball, and you gave away your possession. And the third thing is, have some faith in yourself. This team has every opportunity to beat Hampstead. 3 goals is nothing.
No, it's not.
It's nothing. You can do this. So, heya Norge. But then you look at Hampstead. What would Hampstead look to do? I think Hampstead looks to keep up the pressure.
Yeah.
If you're Hampstead right now, you want to put the nails in the coffin some more.
And they want to press out a little bit more in defense.
Absolutely.
Keep on pressing Oslo guys.
Take a chance, take some risks, and work your way through what comes from it.
Yeah.
I think the same thing applies. No stupid penalties.
Mm.
What you do not want to do is give Oslo some sort of freakish run with 2-3 goals for a man up. Like worst case scenario, face off, running down, drawing a flag, it's a goal, and then there's another face off. They settle into EMO, and then they have 2 goals in something under a minute, and then the worst thing that can happen to you as a team is to play a team that has unshakable belief that they will win this game. It is a nightmare to play against. You just score 10 goals and they keep coming at you.
Yeah. And Oslo have been in this position for many years. Now they have been fighting for the first place some years and then the third. But they really want this.
Yeah, so here we go. Norway ball. I say Norway. I should say Oslo. But the overlap with the German with their men's national team is quite high.
Yeah.
So these guys are excited for the European Championships.
They are.
In 2020, Rafa. You guys going to send the girls team as well to go to the women's festival?
I hope so.
All right.
I hope so.
We'll see you guys there then for some great lacrosse too. I currently work with Luxembourg Lacrosse, and we're going to be in Wrocław in some function, so we'll be there.
That's good.
And nice little pick off there. You would want 13 to roll or fade into space a little bit more upfield, because if he does that and his partner sees him, he is well set up for a dog. For someone with a box across helmet, you expect that he kind of knows how to proceed without losing the ball.
Yeah.
So there's one minor adjustment on that.
That is Sean Gibson from.
Oh, Gibby!
Yeah.
Number 13, yeah.
Yeah, it's Gibby.
At his youthful 22.
Ooh.
In the crease, but yeah, made the play, saw the angle, tight angle play. And now Hampstead pushing the ball. Pickett, they have numbers. It's 4-on-3. Arrow formation. By himself, own finish, and stop dead in the tracks by 31 in goal. Nice, and a rainbow of a pass going the other way, up and down the field. 31 being chased, and a sound decision to hold on to the ball.
Good save at Ragnar there.
And that is the beauty about goaltender, right? You can be that person. You can be that person that it makes other people lose their faith in everything that is physics.
And he's so athletic and he's so quick in goal. It's so fun to watch. And he's also helping out with the women's goalies.
Oh, that's very good to hear. I think the more so I personally coach men's and women's lacrosse, and one of the things that I thoroughly enjoy is just mixing it up. So bringing a women's coach into a men's team at the beginning of the season and doing a few different things.
Yeah.
Because the guys are then like, oh, this works too, and you're like, yes, it does. And it's the same with men's lacrosse stuff and girls. Like I introduced in one team, lots and lots of pick and rolls. And
Yeah.
every team we played against were not so happy with us. Obviously, it's a lot of contact. You know, a lot of girls running into each other, and then just some emotions were hurt, and some people disapproved of the general conduct of this, but it's perfectly legal. And it's not dangerous either. Nice split by that guy, sees Will, and is down on the field.
Good double there.
And there is a clean, clever little decision by 44 just to say, I'm not quite sure who should have the ball, but in doubt, the uncontested keeper will do. Slow clear by Oslo, moving up. Two guys high, one guy low. Will Markin will take it on the short stick. The long stick moving upfield, has two opportunities, uses neither, and makes the more challenging pass. 60 capitalizes on the decision. Bit of off-ball contact. Ooh, that was a tight call. You hear Hampstead scream, "Hold it!" But Will Pickett takes the shot and gets the backup back. If you are watching now and you haven't watched lacrosse so much in your life, do please know that in any game, but in particular in this kind of game, behind the goal is not where you want to be.
No.
There is no referee and there is no one else. And it's the same for women's lacrosse. I can't stress that enough. These girls can shoot, and they can shoot hard.
We can shoot really hard.
And the ball is just as hard. So this girl can throw. So also now initiating defense at the restrainer. Recycling up. One more time. Setting up to dodge. He has no help. Not used. 61 on the ball. Looking to move. The England combo. Moving the ball fast. Will Pickett. Here comes the down screen pick. He's going to look to move. Moves off it. Little big play behind goal. One more time. Will Pickett still carrying. Looking to move. Him moving through different screens and picks creates significant opportunities for any sort of mix-up. Also have defensively avoided that, but the problem with all these picks is you have to be right every time. Here comes a shot and a great save by the keeper, being neatly out of the cage. That's one of the newer ways of playing goaltender now, to actually be out a little bit more.
Ooh.
And you doing all this work.
Good run by Nicholas Farid-Janssen, but a bad pass.
But it wasn't his best choice today. Let's
No.
be positive. And the good thing is he has so much time left to fix this. So
He can fix it.
and good news, bad news for Oslo. Good news, Hampstead haven't really scored. Bad news, neither have they. So that's kind of the story that we're looking at right now. Now, slow clear by Hampstead. Van den Bosch on the ball. 40 coming down. Uncontested picks it up. 22 is happy to match feet, but it doesn't quite. And 3 in trouble. Gibson on the ball by himself, shooting, and that was another premature choice.
He can go a little bit further there.
Well, it is more that. Oh, and 3 gets another bit of hard contact. That he had a rough 60 seconds of it today. So now we're looking at possession. Time to 6. The clock on the computer says 13:22. If things go well at 13:25, it's still a white ball. We need, the longer you play, one of the key factors about defense that you want to consider is every pass, everyone on defense has to make an adjustment, but only 2 people have to be involved on the pass, plus some off-ball movement on offense. So the more you can move the ball around and the more you can still pose a credible threat to defense, you continually force defense to adjust. and then make good plays like they have done here now. And what a hustle play by 60, moving the ball up. There was a whistle, and it's blown dead. There was an issue over here, and I think it is called a white ball because 60 played it out of bounds.
Nice call there by the referee.
I would say I don't mind the call. I would encourage the referee to be a little bit louder.
Yeah.
Because imagine now Black runs down the field and rams it into the cage and hurts the keeper because the keeper has heard the whistle and you haven't. So one of the things you want to tell your keeper is if they see the ball and someone is running on the goal, you assume that they're going to shoot. You're not allowed to think, oh, it's been a whistle, they won't shoot, because sometimes they do, and that's when people get hurt. Oh, nice pickup by 6. Shot. And a close finish by number 6. Lars Rist. Did I pronounce that okay?
Yeah, that was okay. That was
okay,
really
that's
good.
so polite. How do I pronounce it properly?
That is Lars Rist from
Lars
Norway.
Rist from Norway. Is everyone from Norway on there?
Without
thought
Gibby,
so.
yeah. Gibby is but
Okay,
he's
so we've
Norwegian
broken the
now.
ice with a bit more good news for Oslo and a bit less good news for Hampstead now. Hampstead struggling to adjust the numbers. Bit of uncertainty. Will Pickett moves out. 2-4 in this exciting game of lacrosse. What a game of lacrosse we're gifted here today. And the weather holds as well, so quickly knock on wood because it's been a bit shaky today. So, white ball. What we want is possession time.
Play the ball.
Oslo got to this point without burning their timeout this half. Got to give it to them. They had the confidence to just keep going. So, moving back up on the ball. Taking their time. That is a lot of space for the Dodger here. Opts not to use it. Possibly not the short stick you want to dodge on.
No.
Yeah, that guy and Will Hardy are very, very complete players. As I jokingly said earlier, Will Hardy shot with his other very good hand. So, and that was a good shot and well read by Brian. He was down over the ball the very moment that that he saw the release. That really helped him. Hard check on it and off Black goes white. And 3 doesn't see the man behind him. And there is one more. 42 will go after this guy. But I think Brian Potter now more cautious on there.
Number 2 there.
2 on the ball. Face dodge. Inadvertent all around the world. Gibson got a good one on his hands there. And now that guy carrying the ball over. You need to breathe now. And here we see exactly the hand pushing down, saying, "No, this is it. Let's just kind of take it calm from here."
Yeah.
And it's I sometimes really wish I could delete player memory.
Yeah.
I could just push a button and say it's 0-0. Play your hardest.
On every ball, yeah.
Well, if you get your team to focus on the next play, you will definitely be in the position to do that. Thanks to Valtz. He's just been playing box in Prague, I think, based on what we. And Mr. Goodshow would like some more practice, it appears.
Yeah.
Who had rookies last year? Oh, it's a personal conversation about that team. Gentlemen, please do have a chat about kind of what's happening in the game. It's the best game in Europe for this summer. Well, for today. But
and Oslo did bring Andreas Idén. He was on for some seconds here, and he will come back on.
Yeah, there was also a question about who are the referees. We will not name the referees on the field. You can look them up through the federation if you absolutely have to. But the referees are a unit of 4 plus whoever else they have from their support, and they're considered as such. This is just to kind of make it more about the game and less about the name on there. There are other sports who have an unfortunate habit of making claims in associations that we're not too keen on having here as well. If we sound a bit distracted every now and then, there's a black and yellow unwanted guest here that takes a particular liking in my coffee, and I have to tell the young lady that if this keeps going, we're going to have a fairly lethal combination of left-right punch. And oh, we got away there. That was, we nearly spilled some coffee in the computer, but we're still here.
Yeah.
All right, so for now we're gonna just ignore the wasp and focus on the best thing that's out here: the great weather, the beautiful history of Ghent, the city. No, it is the men's lacrosse here. It's also great women's lacrosse, but for now, right here, right now, it's men's lacrosse. We'll pick it on the ball. Moving to Will Hardy. Moving to Jack Kreitler. Will Hardy back on the dodge. Going left to right. Looking to offload. Sprint. And the keeper saw him telegraphing that pass.
Good
And
there
that's
by
a lovely
Ragnar.
little pass up. 5 on the top left side. Open for the clear. A nice and easy clear. So get a good possession now. And over and back.
That was the offside.
That was an offside call. So one of the things you want to notice about the rules of lacrosse is on the line is over the line. And it is, if it's your toenail on the line, that is still over the line.
It is.
One of the things that the namesake of the tournament, Galluccio, did was he had a habit of running refereeing courses alongside training camps. And just after you had taken your theoretical test, you would go outside and referee a game.
Yeah.
And I made that mistake of saying, oh, it's not over the line, it's just on the line. And he's like, this is not soccer.
Yeah.
On the line is over the line. And it's a good 15 years later, and I still see this scary big man in front of me saying, on the line is over the line. Yeah. Ken Galluccio was integral in building big parts of European lacrosse, in particular in the refereeing. And we're celebrating his legacy and his memory here at this tournament. If you had a chance to meet him, count yourself lucky. If you're here and you work on, you get to play the game a little bit better because you get to benefit from what he did. Then every now and then, and the Turf Monster struck. Nice lift check. Turf Monster wasn't all that powerful today. So there's at least 2 monsters here today. Down on the far side right is a ball monster that has eaten in the last 2 days about 35 lacrosse balls. And there is a turf monster that has toppled more than one high grade. The one thing we don't have is a sniper. He's next to the football field and makes people fall over without contact.
Yeah.
So very happy there's no sniper. It's just the turf monster. So
Yeah.
33 now has chased away the turf monster and then takes the ball, looks for the dodge. The big stick squares out. Off is the left-hand side. Cycle down. Has a slight angle. Looks. Decides not to. Draws a pull out. Far pass and a shot with a fair bit of fifet. That is not a bad way to say, your defense, we are here.
It's not.
One of the biggest differences between men's and women's lacrosse is that you can shoot through people so dangerously close near them. In women's lacrosse, shooting space is a key determinant in how you play offense and defense.
It is.
And that is because you girls are not wearing helmets just yet. You have goggles, but for now, those are optional.
Yeah, it
Are
is.
they still optional in Norway, or you
It's
make
still
them?
optional, but now with the new rules, we are going to have the goggles, I think. Yeah.
So I think it's a very personal choice on that. For me, as a women's coach, if I have my roster of 15 girls, my priority are that they're safe, and that they have fun.
Yeah.
And because of that, I'll ask them to wear goggles. But I can see that some players wearing goggles. Unforced error by 16.
Ooh.
And it's out of the stick of black. No, they didn't trigger the over and back yet. Substantial trouble. And he jumped out one more time. That was a crafty little play. By jumping over, he's not on the line.
No, he wasn't.
And that's why he's not out. So if this becomes a goal, that's a heartbreaker right there. So all you have to do, get the stick on the hand, push out. So Oslo still defending at the restrainer. It's that guy looking at dodge, going left to right, drawing a cross check out. There was an attempt for an early slide by 4, but he didn't have a 2. There wasn't a good 2 on him, and Will is the lovely little way. He repeated the exact same dodge, but he knew that the 2 slide wasn't coming well enough so that the far side slip through
Yeah.
was just a little dip and dunk finish.
And that was a beautiful look by.
The way that I personally, as a defender, I always want to shut out. But unfortunately, it's not really happening in lacrosse. What position do you play, by the way? Before I say something wrong here and offend you.
In the center and attack, or
Ah, you're playing for the dark side. Oh, oh, that's a shame.
but I love to be a defender, and yeah, that is my loving position.
The main thing that I would ask every defense to do is make the opposition score difficult goals.
It is.
If you have to string a pass through 5 sticks and dip and dunk in 1-on-1 the goalie, okay, we can work with that all day. Nice swim move over by that guy behind the back, and that was that. If that works, it's incredibly pretty. If it doesn't, it's turnover. So goalie option on the left. Clock is on the field. Not much time left. Brian Potter. Hard pass. There will still be a shot in there. And it's not there. So here we are at a score officially of 4 for Hampstead and 2 for Oslo, if I am not mistaken. 5 actually.
5.
I thought it was 4 on the board there.
Yeah, it's no, they flip it over
there we
there.
go. They hurt us. I hope they feel bad. I hope
Yeah.
they feel bad that we didn't get this right. I'm so sorry. I'm pretty sure I'm going to lose my annual bonus now.
Oh.
So the keys to the game for Oslo, aside from everyone screaming "Hey" in order.
Keep the ball up and make the good decisions up.
Yeah,
But I
so-
think they're taking the right shots.
Yeah.
I think that. So they just need to keep on working.
Maybe they need a little bit of luck. Maybe 1 or 2 things have to go their way, but luck is only for the hardworking. So
They need to get the ball in, and
Yeah.
Ragnar is doing a great job back in goal there.
Hey, I think he's stopped what he can. So we're having about we're looking at game time of 2 quarters left. Oslo didn't use that timeout. I have to say that might come back. That might come back to haunt you because you didn't. Hampstead didn't really need to use that, but I think Oslo needs to be so much more efficient based on what their potential is and how much of that they have to use. Like if Hampstead plays 100% of their capability, like a team that trains together 3 times a week, let's be a little bit honest here. This is not a contest. This is then that's a Porsche and a moped. But if but conversely, I say that about the Luxembourg national team all the time. I'm like, when our coaches do a good job, I always say that they drive a very slow car very fast. And in a way, a much stronger side from Oslo has to do this. They have to have a slightly less fancy car,
Yeah.
but it's a very strong car, and it can go a long distance. Maybe not quite at the fancy pace and narrow turns that the other one can, but it really needs to be driven well. There can't be any time lost over hitting the wall somewhere. So let's see who Hampstead bring in for goal. They had Van den Bosch on one most of the time. Let's see if they keep him or if they move to another keeper. I would suspect they're going to continue to look at that guy, Will Hardy, Jack Kreidler, and Brian Potter to do a line share with the work.
Yeah.
Their defense looked very solid.
It was, or it is.
A little bit more surgical than the Oslo defense. That was more of a broad X approach at times, but very accurate broad X. So nothing wrong with that. Oslo managed to stay out of the penalty box. It's a clean game so far. It's intense, but no one's doing anything shocking.
No.
It's also the referees kind of proved their point the moment that it kind of went that way. They're like, you guys are still here. See these stripes. They make you go away if we want to.
Yeah.
So our position here is about, I don't know, how high are we? 2-3 meters, give or take. I'm basically terribly afraid of heights, and I've been 2.5 days in the eagle's nest here. It's about 3 meters, so really high. Um,
Oh.
so my wife always finds that really funny because I'm almost 2 meters tall and I'm afraid of heights. And in our holiday this last week, she took me to a climbing forest.
Oh,
Did it all. Didn't scream, not once.
but
Never.
that's fun.
Yeah, that was
With the
pretty
zip
good.
line and stuff?
Sorry?
With the zip line and
Yeah,
stuff?
with the zip line, yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah, the one
oh.
where it's so good, isn't it? It's terrible. It's terrible because you sit there and then it goes down and then so let's get back to the game. Let's not talk about my personal phobia too much. Right now, the referees are discussing exactly how to go. They also have their assessor here clarifying some feedback. European Championships have a huge function in educating referees at the
Mm.
highest level of the game. On both in men's and women's lacrosse, without very good officials, it's very hard to have a very good game.
Yeah, it is.
Because if you, there is about, there is a, the majority of calls are very straightforward, but the subtle technical ones,
Mm.
keeping everyone safe and at the same time being invisible, that is incredibly hard. And if you've ever refed a tournament, it's just as draining as playing.
Yeah.
It's a multitude of decisions you have to take, and there's different roles. The women's officials are called umpires, and if you feel the need to be involved in the game but don't want to play, become an official because it will happily take you around the world. So Hampstead ball. We continue where we left off. Hampstead has the ball and look to control now. So that guy extending his arms out. He's I'm not sure whether that's discontent or encouraging people to wait. Zero doesn't really want to give him a pass. Oslo lets him. So here is one moment where you can ask Oslo if maybe this is the time to press. 61 has a ball. Zero turns his back. If you feel like going for it, that was your time.
Yeah.
But if you're like, oh nah, we'll wait for you guys, it's okay, then that's a different choice. One of the biggest things here is you need to make all the choices. 17 was flat-footed. Good hit from 4. And the shot. And Zero slow to get up. So that hit actually produced the ball in the end. But that was also a good amount of Scandinavian anger flying his way. And here is a pass to 17, neatly at the box. 44 relieving the. Come on, go to the goal. You almost had an angle there. If this long pole is a lefty, he can go to the goal. We had the best thing in the last game that we called. Nordia had unfortunately lost by a bit, but Nordia also had 2 long poles up front, and we said on the
Wow.
commentary with 10 seconds to go, can we please have a long pole goal?
Yeah.
And the long pole won the face-off. The ball scrambled for the ball all the way to behind goal, circled around, dishes it above the goal, and scores. So let's see whether Norway can do this. 22 drives, lovely lift. That was a surgical bit of defense, first on the lower hand and then lifting it out. Will Pickett on the ball. He will not lose this. He will just rotate out of trouble as he usually does. So
Good move there.
one of the biggest things that Will Pickett contributes is consistent carry and rarely ever turning over the ball. In the first game, he had a slower start and lost the stick twice. But he made up for that, both by hustle in that very instant and crucially with a goal at the end that went straight to the heart of the Oslo defense. So it's that guy looking to shoot, threatening to shoot, hitch, good body defense. Still on topside, loses footing a little bit. That guy's done just enough to draw the attention of everyone else, and the pass is not quite on target, so we're resetting this. $10 say 3 is going to dodge, because he has about 10 steps run up. Stays on the, and what a save by the keeper. And Norway, Oslo good here with a teammate helping out his teammate not to draw a penalty after he got frustrated with a.
Yeah.
We couldn't tell what it was, but I'm pretty sure he wouldn't get upset over bad Christmas presents. So, Gibson on the ball, separating. But that big stick has the range, but Gibson can soak a check or two. He's played indoor lacrosse for a long time, and I'm pretty sure if you hit him in the arm, he doesn't really feel it all that much.
Now they want to set up
Gibson moved to Oslo. I think his wife is from Norway,
Yeah,
isn't it? Yes,
she
they
is.
just their family just happily
Yeah.
expanded. And
Ooh.
that was a good pass and a good check. And if 3 had just moved a little bit faster, But that was a nice check because it did everything you wanted it to do. Oh no, what had happened now?
Wow.
And Hampstead are not happy with this call.
No.
That is a good. If you have now a chance to produce a goal,
You should do it.
you could really get into the momentum of the game. So 22, looking to move. These guys have racked up some minutes. So Gibson face guarded by Potter.
Yeah.
Potter at the crease, offering the one slide. That's a hard-hitting man. You do not want to get hit by that. And that is physical offense. Nice recycle. If that passes the second faster, we're in real trouble defensively here, but we got that time. So go 1-on-1. That stick's hanging out a little bit far. Pulls out just in time. Now he needs to cycle to X. That he should have made that pass. Because and that's so unfortunate. That is an unforced error and a half. But maybe, just maybe, good hit. That was big. And that was a flag. It's a flag, and it's a black flag. No, it's a white flag. Let's see. '23 white draws a penalty for an illegal body check. The way men's lacrosse is played is changing with the way concussions are understood. And a hit to the head is certainly not fun, and if it happens too often, it has very serious consequences.
It does.
And that's why one of our 3 priorities in officiating. Do you know the official priorities in officiating? Number 1 is.
Keep the game safe.
And number 2 is.
I will say keep the game safe every
That's
time.
yes. So we have priorities 1 through 10. Results in 23 sitting a minute, so that we move the point that he didn't quite have to do that. Potter moving the ball back up by 0 behind the back pass.
Yeah.
Connor Healy with 0 on now Will Hardy moving it to the wing, backed up by Potter. He's dangerous behind goal. He can jump and finish. He can go by himself. He can make a look. Connor Healy on the ball, threatens to shoot. Not there. Beautiful ball movement. Skip pass around and just missed it. That skip pass against the direction of the original pass. By consistently moving one way and then reversing direction, you're finding a defense cheating and eventually exploit the gap that they're given.
Ooh.
So one more shot. The most dangerous moment of a man down quite frequently is when the even player returns.
Yeah.
That's why for junior teams we often see that you park the player to return at the middle of the field, and that player runs down, and only when he's in the middle, and the first thing he'll do is he'll go to the top of the zone, make it a 6-man zone, and then you wait for the next dead ball, and only then do you switch your defense, so you're not going mid-possession from one system to another. 44 on 1. 44 Markham will pick it. That's a matchup. Will Hardy on the go, has a shot, and straight into the stick. Goalie didn't see it, but just about got it. Very clean outlet. And 44 has a monster game one more time. He was very strong early on, and he has one more, the do-it-all midfielder that's not afraid to put his body on the line where it matters. 60 with a strong check on 18. And Oslo looking to put personnel on. So good news, bad news. Good news, they haven't scored all that much. Bad news, we haven't scored all that much.
Yeah.
And it's the same story for both teams. Something will have to give eventually here. But what a level of play, huh?
It's so fun to watch. Wow.
And you get a prime seat from here for your most appreciated commentating, so you can say, I saw the game from 3 meters above ground, next to a very scared big man. Over and back. Over and back, it's triggered when you get over the restrainer line. So here we have light numbers. That guy on the ball. Will Hardy looking to assess the situation. and in a way that you see from almost everyone who has played a lot of North England, if in doubt, we keep the ball. It is a frustrating way to play against because it's incredibly effective. There is no run and gun. It'll be
No.
fine approach. It's incredible. It's like your dad. Oh.
Yeah.
But unfortunately, dad is mostly right, and in this guy's dad tends to win the game. So
And they want to keep the ball, so because of the score now.
yeah,
They want to have the ball
well,
and take the good
yeah,
shots.
if they get a good, nice quality possession and they burn some 90 seconds of the clock, yeah, North American lacrosse will now scream shot clock, shot clock, shot clock. But
Yeah.
look, check the postcode and then you see how much that matters. That was, and there is another flag.
Mm.
In 61, you will not strip 61 of the ball. And number 2 with a slash taking a minute. 14 coming off, putting the defensive shorty on. Two already substituted off. So that's really well executed by Oslo. They have managed to get their personnel on,
Yeah.
whereas Hampstead are now looking to get Potter on. The thing is, Hampstead can't afford certain approaches. They have the time, the capability to do this. Remember, 42 catching the ball within 5 meters of the crease is a goal. So they really have to get on to 42. And see how he's open now.
Oh, there the goalie goes out.
And the goalie just about saves today. So they can all say thank you to the keeper because the entire defense did not know where 42 was.
No.
And he was arguably a little bit frustrated with how things would go if he would let him have the ball and went after him. Very good decision, very fast first step. 9-0 has an angle by himself. It's timeout time for Oslo now. You cannot, we're at a margin of 4 goals. And four is okay. Five is bad.
Now they are switching up the face-off guy. It's Nicholas who is coming. He did a lot of face-off for Norway during the World Cup.
Yeah.
And he was also one of the European Championship best on the face-off. So he's really good there.
So let's see if that tweak delivers the desired outcome. Must be some Fogo Oslo half if the national team Fogo was number 2.
Yeah, but he wants to play a little bit a different role now. But he's so good.
Oh yeah, that was
There.
So okay, quick question to the Oslo coach. Where was this guy the first game, and why have you not used him that way? 50-50. 33 has the ball and gets away with it. 19 matches up. And that was a frantic timeout call.
It was.
So number 9 might be the man.
He might be the man now.
Might be the man.
Yeah,
Might
and
be-
he's my man.
So you're not biased at all.
No, not at all. No, we are.
So
I need to brag a little bit. We are getting married in
oh,
2
nice!
weeks.
Congratulations!
Yeah.
Is everything prepared?
It needs to be because we are both here.
Yeah, when I got married, my wife and I afterwards concluded that every divorce judge in the world should say that before we divorce you, we remind you that divorce means you will have to organize another wedding.
Yeah.
Because we were convinced that 90% of divorces will be called off at that point, saying therapy all the way.
Yeah.
No, it's a great day. Make sure you have your everything that you want it to be.
Yeah.
Where are you getting married?
Back in Oslo.
Back in Oslo.
Yeah.
So no free bar.
No. That is too expensive.
I married a half Irish woman, so that wouldn't have landed.
Oh. No, but he's really
So
good
did
on
he? How did
Facebook.
he propose? Let's embarrass him a little bit.
Oh
in
no.
public.
We were out walking, hiking in the mountains.
Oh, very romantic.
Yeah, it was.
Yeah. Did he get the ring size right?
Correct.
So, ladies and gentlemen, I'm looking at a veritably beautiful ring. Well done, sir. Well
Yeah.
done.
Oh, that was some fun facts. Enough about me.
Enough about you. Well, one fun fact about my wife, who allows me to do all these beautiful things lacrosse. I would just say that I'm really happy that I get to do all of this. So a big thank you to my wife back home in Luxembourg now, and she gave me the time of the day to do this here. I'm very excited to be here, and thank you so much. Love you, Danielle. Okay, so enough blatant abuse of
Yeah.
an individual position of power.
Back to the game.
Back to the game. Hampstead ball. 4 goal margin. Measured approach by Hampstead. 3 can dodge. Wastes his option. Splits right to left. 2 screens in the middle, but they're only static for a purpose. They don't stand around. They don't just stand around. They're waiting for something. Pick it on the ball. 44 square and out. Send them to the right. Pick it on the shot, and what a goal!
Nice goal.
This is one for the keeper.
Yeah.
That's one where you have to say, all right, we could potentially have another slide, but individually, the ball was within 1 stick.
Yeah.
It went down the way that the defender sent him, and it moved. Saying that, the placement was beautiful.
It was.
Hip side, it's never easy. If the goalie goes for the body save here, he takes that one alive, but
Now,
he may have seen it a tad later, so 44 slightly confused.
now we have Christian back on the face-off.
There we go. But that's not the man right now.
No,
No, it's not the man.
No.
But he won the ball.
he won. Oh, it's
So-
good here.
So you're allowed to be. So what I really would like to see, maybe you can, through your future wife radio, tell him that we need him to score, and then you can really go loud and nuts, so we get an ESPN highlight moment.
Yeah.
You can also jump up and down. The structure seems reasonably sound. It's
I don't
only-
want to jump so much.
It's only
out there.
3 meters down. It's okay. Just and 22 stripped of the ball, but then Black adds to the confusion and throws it out of the stick. That can happen, in particular in conditions where it goes. That is a good shot.
Yeah.
And this shot has one important sign to the rest of the team: is we're still here. We're still gunning for it. But we do need a goal. Oslo needs to add to the good news story. It's been a while since we got somewhere. And as much as defense is winning championships, you need a little bit of offense to get the score right. That would have been your shot. Rip it.
There.
That's all that we need.
Ooh. I
And
want to move.
Do you know what we talked about earlier? You know how hard lacrosse balls were on all that.
Yeah, that was a good announcement.
And the referee says there's at least one baby there, and we do not want to have that baby hurt, which
No.
I'm all for. While we're here, I'm a recent uncle. My baby brother just had a kid. It's the cutest baby in the world. Like all of them. 22 on the ball.
Oh,
Still retains it. Definitely very strong ball retention. Has a step on 43. 8 gets beautifully out of the way. Gibson on the ball, looking to move. That wasn't Gibson, was it?
no, that is Martin Mailander.
18 on the.
A shot
And a
there.
good shot. 3 shots. 2 fall, 1 safe. But 2 more steps and you get to it. And that's the sort of hustle Norway needs right now.
Oh,
That's
that's
the
a
sort of
good
hustle
one.
we're looking for. And it's unlucky. And I'm not quite sure how that stick held that. Clock's on the field. Shot wide. And time's going to expire imminently. So the referees will be eager to protect the game time here. It appears the ball monster has moved sides. Maybe
eat
it
a lot of
got
it.
shot at too hard on the right hand side and moved left.
There's the
Okay.
result.
So one more opportunity for this. So 7-3. So the opportunity to go back to the game requires quite some change from Oslo. Hate to say it, but you need to find 5 goals.
But the difference is that England is passing the ball a lot more around in attack.
One of the nastiest truths about lacrosse is it's a real simple game. It's catch, pass, run.
Yeah.
If you can do those 3 things well, kind of hard to beat you.
It is. I did it.
It's
Yeah,
like,
1 hour ago.
yeah. How did your tournament go now that we see these teams chatting?
uh, really well, actually. We end up in sixth place, and we are quite happy with that.
Nice.
Yeah,
Quite a
we
big
had.
field of teams as well. Was so it puts you officially in the top half now, doesn't it?
Yeah, last year came in the fourth, and this time we came in sixth. We are really happy about that.
Good.
And we
Sometimes
played.
a bracket can be difficult here. If you're
Yeah,
unlucky to run in the wrong team on day one, then it kind of
we had the Czech girls. They are so awesome to play against.
they're
Uh,
annoyingly positive.
they
They're
are.
annoyingly positive. It's so much fun to watch. You're like, God, they're really good at this, and they're nice about it too.
Yeah.
Can't even be mad at them. They're just nice and good at lacrosse.
And they're so fit, and the stick control, it's so nice to watch. And I'm like enjoying the game when we're losing a lot, but I was enjoying it because I was learning so much.
Yeah,
And
that's what this tournament does for you. You
yeah,
get to see where you could go. If
yeah,
you coach somewhere and someone is like, what could it be like? You can say, I've seen Brian Potter play, or I've seen the England guys play, or I've seen the Czech girls play, and they throw a 20-yard pass every time.
yeah.
Looks like a rope, like a little rainbow, but not like a big rainbow. Not like we throw it, where it's like 21, 22, 23, it's
Yeah.
there. Then we need 3 seconds to control the ball. Then it's 21, 22, 23. And like, is this the fastest game on 2 feet? Not really. And then you see a box lacrosse team play. Like, where's the ball?
Boom. Yeah,
I have hurt my neck.
that's a fast game.
So here we go. The man is not at the X. The other man is at the X for Oslo. Let's see what happens. Oslo does need the ball. I would contest. You need to go for broke very soon, very hard here. Otherwise, Hampstead is just going to administrate their way to a victory. That's a 50-50 we're after. You have a timeout if you need it. Neat level play. 101. Has an angle. Comes around. Draws a double. Someone must be open somewhere. 101. Defense is reset. And good decision to recover now. That was very good choice.
Yeah.
Going for it and then not insisting on it if you're not getting anywhere.
No.
Could make a joke about being married here, but I am not. You're about to find out. It's awesome, though. It's really awesome. Can we go for dinner today?
Yeah.
No. Okay. So, fine. I'll go cooking. So. Oh, that was tight. And Black comes off a black stick. Won't go out of bounds anymore. He needs to attack the lower button. They need to get. And there you go. Lower hand comes out of the stick.
That's.
And those hustle plays, they have to pull out of the hat for the next rest of the game.
Yeah.
It'll take this. They'll have to wear out Hampstead in their defensive half and go from there. It's a big margin to recover. And that's a hello, I'm here shot. Let's see, that's unsettle it. You have to go and get a. You either have to get a screen or move the ball. That individual matchup does not get won by him anymore. And he needs to figure out how he can get there. Move around, get the angle. Good D. Very good D. Oh, and he stole that one in a heartbeat. But another 50-50 play. 60 still going on there. And guess who picked up the ground ball? Would it be number 24? Yes, it was number 24. And that is very rare for him to do that. I've not seen him do that, but that might be the sun having come into the
On the field
that.
there, right in
quite
his
possibly
eyes.
he was a little bit surprised. So Pickett a little bit chippy there on the way out. Norway long pole. Not happy with that. Expressing his discontent to the referee. It's inadvisable to do that. If the referee wanted to flag it, he would have. And if you're making it harder. Oh, and that is a bitter giveaway. Bitter loss. 12 white here. Didn't quite get the offside right.
No.
So now you have to go. See, so
They need to get the ball back.
Three already says, hey, take your time. And the main problem is the England national team dynamic duo up here. They're They're really good at playing keep away, and they can move the ball quite comfortably where they need to. Some of these guys are very hard to separate from the ball once they have it in their stick and they decide that they don't want to go. Whoever's the head referee will weigh in his head now when or if, and if so when, he'll make for a stall calling. But all they will do is say, get it in, and they say, keep it in.
Yeah.
The trail referee will be at the level of the restraining line, and then the ball has to stay within the confines of that shortened field. However, if Oslo,
Nice look there.
that was beautiful because they lulled the Oslo defense into sleep with a whole lot of innocent-looking passes. And 22 literally walked to where he was.
Yeah.
He didn't run. He just walked. Sometimes off ball, it's better to innocently walk away and look disengaged, not to draw the attention of the defense.
And he was so quiet about it. He was like standing there.
Yeah, they all count the same. So it doesn't always have to be the me against the world Superman goal. Sometimes it's just a simple dip and dunk after a nice little pass. So Oslo has to come up with a couple of changes. I'm not understanding why the face-off isn't getting changed. I'll have to say. Okay, I see that. Unlucky, went to the wrong guy. 16 has the ball. Recycle it, and one more. Oh, and who's backing it up? And it's going black. That is fortunate. 16 wants it, doesn't get it. 44 shakes off the hit.
He's so strong.
We have numbers. We need a goal. Swing left. Why would you? Oh!
Get the ball.
That's a good lift, but that won't do. Unfortunately, this is weaker than what they played in the group game, and it comes at a very inopportune time. So, heia Norge.
Yeah.
Yeah, was that correct?
That was
Heia
so
Norge.
great.
I'm not biased. I just want a one-goal game. So, I'm for you if you're behind. I don't know whether that means you never want me to be for you, but and that was a beautiful outlet. 3-on-3 here. Nice little touch. And 22 needs to do something on offense now. That's
Axel.
Axel. Oh, King Axel is normally quite easily. I think once upon a time I may have played with him in a British tour team called Redlax.
Yeah. Axel, Casper, and Niklas.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah, they can run a whole weekend.
They can.
Come on, King Axel. Don't stand in the way, Your Highness. Good take. Oh, that hurt.
Lars with the ball there.
Oh, that was close. Advantage called. So White was in the crease, moved out. The referee held his hand up, marking down that he saw the foul, but he let them play on. That's a hard check.
Yeah.
Oh.
A hard hit there by Audin.
And it's a slash.
Yeah.
It's unfortunate. Could have gotten a push if you really wanted to, but it's a slash.
Yeah.
45 White into the bin for brutalizing. 1 minute. Axe murder. 1 minute.
Ooh,
Yeah,
great cut there.
He's not giving up the ball. Look at 61 high top. 61 high. Oh, we can't process that.
And you will always see the goalie run behind goal there. Ragnar will always chase the ball behind the goal. It's so fun because he's so fast.
So has he always been a goalie, or did he do like?
Yeah.
And what did he do before he saw the light?
Hockey.
That is hockey.
Yeah.
You mean ice hockey or
Ice
the other
hockey.
hockey? Ice hockey. So he played a real sport. Great.
Yeah.
Now, obviously, field hockey is a real sport too.
Watch your back. Watch your back. There you go.
We need a goal. We need a timeout soon, and we need a goal. Otherwise, this is a lot of work and not so much paycheck. We need to get onto the board. So, Oslo, find the matchup, make it work. 22 on 43 didn't quite work, but maybe worth another look. 60, slightly out of position, commit out of it. Possibly draw the hold call here, and that's his own guy. Push in possession called on
Number 33.
33. Underwear is Nikolai Björn Hansen.
Or just BH.
Oh yeah, that's so much easier.
Yeah, it is. BH.
It's so much easier. Yeah.
Shut there.
And and Potter losing it there at the crease. Gets away easy there. Gets away very easy there. Other referees do not let him sit there for just a minute. Canadian box lacrosse players do not know many friends on the field, in particular, unless you wear their jersey. Then you're best friends. They're on the other side, and it's on. It's on. And the referees have it under control. That's what we got the zebra crowd for. And I really like that they were only visible when we needed them.
Yeah.
Beyond that, very fluid, controlled game.
It is.
I think everyone will feel it after the game, but in all honesty, that's what we're here for.
Yeah.
Because, it's unfortunate.
As a referee, as myself, it's so fun to watch these guys because you can learn much when you look at them.
What I really like is kind of how consistent this crew frames the ball. So as you see now where every referee is in terms of lead, trail, and single. So by means of explanation, oh no, that's not, and he was in the crease. So there's not a lot of time left. Has ball. Looking to clear. Also lets them clear. So no timeouts used. And no change in pressure on ride and defense. That is a problem. That's a push in the back. Great save by the goalie Ragnar. And I apologize that I didn't pronounce it correctly, but
that was fine.
The Scandinavian languages have some sounds that are not easy for someone from northern Germany. So I'll just pronounce it with a minimum amount of mistake.
Yeah.
And apologize every time. That's not what we want.
Oh, come on, Pascal.
So 32, Nathan Hull-Jackson on the ball. Full goal by trade, but he knows a thing or two about playing midfield.
He has the speed.
And he has the speed and the athleticism as a PE teacher at an English school. So next year he said he'll bring his daughter along.
And there we get the timeout.
And here we are. So it is go time.
It is.
Go for green. Go for goals. Go for broke.
Yeah.
Tons of missed opportunities in a way. Hampstead certainly haven't left any invitations unaccepted, but that way. Oslo need to kind of write their own ticket here. Hampstead are not going to give them anything to work with.
No.
The only minor hiccup was Brian Potter there being sent off by himself, but they failed to fully capitalize on that. And it's the same with the situation before where Black drew a flag and they retaliated. So that's the sort of thing that makes life harder.
Yeah.
And it's also, you have maybe 10 minutes left. Started at 1. Yeah, it's not long.
No.
So you gotta play harder now. Enjoy yourself. Do you have any cool commentary on there? Has anyone asked us any questions we can answer? So the women's finals should be streamed as well, from as far as I know, and it's actually should be live in parallel on a separate channel. So all the games are streamed separately. So there's no one channel. All the games are also available later on YouTube. So if you've been here and you were on tape and you're like, hey guys, or hey girls, let's do this thing called video analysis and look at how well we played together, and everyone said, but we played, then we can just look at the tape together. And you can mute the sound if you really don't want to hear me or the other commentators. So no further comments, it appears. How many
No.
people? We have about 70 viewers by the looks of it. One of them being the phone on our table.
Yeah.
That's the only way to actually see the comments. So I got a message this morning on my work phone that I have apparently successfully used my entire data allowance. And I have a very full work week ahead of me, so that'll be a fun conversation with the IT department. So I think I was on YouTube for like 8 hours. So here we go. Oslo on the ball, has to go. Six looking to shoot. And that is a push in the back. Possibly the referees were closer and didn't see it that way. Drawing the flag will not do it. Playing Superman will not do it. Moving the ball is essential. Without moving the ball, we're not dislodging this defense. If you play 1 against 6, it's going to be the 6 that's win. You have to play 6 on 6. That was a hard check there. And the ice pick check, be mindful of that. Some leagues have outlawed it completely. And there is a good reason for that. The ice pick check has the potential to break the collarbone. And if you ever had a broken collarbone, you know you don't want that twice. I didn't have one, but a teammate of mine had it. That could be it. Oh, it's too pretty, too late.
That would be so nice.
That would have been a real momentum changer. But we're saying this, we're using the conditional a bit much when it comes to the context of Oslo. It's a lot of woulda, coulda, shoulda.
Yeah.
You know, it's like, in German you say hätte Fahrradkette. It's like, it's like, oh, there's some laundry on the field. We have a penalty coming up. That's a free shot. We should take that. Unfortunately, we move the ball out of the box over back even. Nick Smith on 21 in black in attack. He's wearing the Luxembourg lacrosse gloves and helmets. Having played for Luxembourg in Israel. He's one of our non-passport holding players. And top scorer. Originally played at Welland Warriors, the club I was affiliated with for 10 years. You can connect the dots from here.
Yeah.
And there is a shot, and there's the man is down, and no one is happy right now because he has been hurt. 13 wide on the ball. If he gets a whistle and gets a shoot, he will score. But the referees don't let him. Drawing out the ball, starting the ball level of the wing as it should be done. That is an unfortunate shot. Yeah, we're back at the head-to-head Fahrradkette.
Yeah. Ooh.
So it's 6-goal margin. Miracle check. Nathan Ho Jackson on the clear. Moving it down the goal. James Devine carrying. Nick Smith on the carry. That's his office there. And he had a word or two to say about that particular check, and we heard it up here. So
It was hard.
But hey,
It's lacrosse.
defense is like the tax man. Man,
Yeah.
you won't like it, but it will happen.
Yeah. And that's why I love to play defense. Like, you can play a little bit rougher.
If anyone ever says that women's lacrosse was not a tough sport, play it once. Play it once.
Yeah.
Play it once. Just go. It doesn't matter how big or strong you are. In all honesty, it's I saw that from Prague that the Grizzlies had Tale play for them in the men's box, huh?
Yeah, she did.
Yeah, she also plays for Norway still, doesn't she?
She does. She was the
not a terrible lacrosse player, Tale.
No. And she's so tough. She did a face-off, and she won the face-off in Prague.
Who was the guy she won it against? So we can know his name forever.
I don't know, but I should share this.
If it was in Prague, then quite possibly it was live streamed, so we can turn that into a GIF.
Yeah.
And just make it a meme moment of like that moment when you lost a face-off and realized she's blonde and from Norway. Yeah, I only had 1 weekend coaching there, and I was genuinely impressed by the sheer coachability of everyone there. And 30 seconds on the clock. Black ball backed up by 21. Clock's on the field. Fourth quarter. Just kind of what we're looking at. Nick Smith, normally a bit more slippery, but happy to hold the possession. fixing up his helmet. Hull Jackson on the screen. And that is not the shot that Ragnar is going to worry about. That was a laser pass into the stick. Good little touch. And that's it. Congratulations to Hampstead LC for winning the title very deservedly. That was a strong performance by both teams throughout this tournament. Both teams fully and wholeheartedly deserve to be here. We are congratulating everyone from the Hampstead team for their 5th title this season. So the next season in England is about to start, but these guys concluded the 2018-19 season with 5 titles. We are now at the end of the men's competition here. All the games are available on YouTube. Big thank you to Honix for providing the referees with the uniforms, and to all the volunteers to make this amazing event happen. And in particular, the guys and girls here in Ghent and our technical team who suffered in not only warm conditions, way above ground, because it's real high here, but no, it's amazing how well this event has developed, and we'll be back for more next year. Thank you so much for your time.
Thank you.
Thank you, that was fun.
Yeah.
Have a great wedding, huh? And then we will see each other soon again at a lacrosse field somewhere near you. And if you don't play lacrosse just yet, you have to start tomorrow.